Hi viewers, this is Gnaneshwarachari, Faculty of Chemistry at Telangana Tribal Welfare Residential Degree College for Women's, Utnur. In this session, we are going to discuss about coordination chemistry. In this coordination chemistry, we are going to discuss about IUPAC nomenclature. IUPAC nomenclature of complex compounds or coordination compounds. So, here today in this session we are going to discuss about fundamentals of coordination chemistry and fundamentals of coordination chemistry, representation of coordination chemistry, and IUPAC nomenclature of coordination complex, IUPAC nomenclature of coordination complex. In this IUPAC nomenclature, I will cover the topics like classification of ligands, and classification of coordination complexes, and about metal atoms, okay, and what is the types of coordination complexes, and what are the exact main IUPAC rule in this nomenclature. Actually, before going to start session, I want to tell you one thing. The important thing is, from this coordination chemistry in this topic in central universities like HCU, Hyderabad Central University, or BHU, Benares Hindu University, or JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, okay, DL, Delhi University. From these universities, this topic is covered 6 marks. It carries 6 marks in central university entrance exams, okay. And from state universities like Osmania, Kakatiya, whatever it is, from state universities, in state universities entrance examinations, it carry 12 marks, okay. In central university 6 marks, in state university is carry 12 marks. It is a very important topic in chemistry. And one more thing, yes. When we are going to start any topic, we need to know some fundamentals and we need to know some definitions regarding that. Today, coordination chemistry. What is the meaning of coordination chemistry? Simply, a chemistry which deals about transition metals of properties. It means a chemistry which explains properties of transition metal complexes is called coordination chemistry. It explains properties of transition metal complexes is called coordination chemistry. It explains transition metal complexes, isn't it? It means in this coordination chemistry, we will discuss about geometry of complex compounds, and as well as stability of complex compounds, and as well as magnetic nature of coordination complex, and color properties of coordination complex, and reaction mechanism of coordination complexes. In this session, in coordination chemistry, it explains about geometry of complex compounds and stability of complex compounds and magnetic nature of complex compounds and color properties of complex compounds and reaction mechanism of complex compounds. So here these are the fundamental things regarding coordination chemistry, and we need to know about here representation of coordination chemistry. What is the meaning of representation of coordination chemistry? Here representation, it means nothing but it is a skeleton of coordination complex. It is a skeleton of complex compound. It means, for example, in coordination complex what happens? One metal, one or more metal reacts with x number of ligands. Metal reacts with x number of ligands to form MLX within the coordination sphere. Here charge is plus or minus. This is the coordination complex, skeleton of coordination complex. Okay, I am representing here what is the meaning of M here. M means central metal atom. Central metal atom, simply it is a metal, transition metal. Okay, here what is the meaning of L? L means ligand or ligand. Okay, what is the meaning of X here? X means nothing but coordination number. Okay, coordination. What is the meaning of coordination number? The total number of ligands. The total number of ligands is called coordination number. It means simply number of ligands. And one more thing, here plus or minus n, nothing but charge over the coordination sphere. Okay, here this square bracket indicates like a coordination sphere. This square bracket is known as coordination sphere. Within the coordination sphere we have metal and as well as ligands, isn't it? So this is the representation of coordination complex. Here what happening? Here within the coordination sphere, metal to ligand, here ligand to metal bond is there. This bond is I am representing like with arrow mark, isn't it? This arrow mark bond is known as coordination covalent bond. Coordination covalent bond. Here in this complex compound, in this coordination compound, what is the phenomena is taking place? What is the phenomena is taking place actually? Here the ligand is donating 2 electrons to the metal. Here every bond consists of 2 electrons. We know that in this coordination covalent bond, what happening here? The symbol is ligand to metal. It means it indicates ligand is donating 2 electrons. 2 electron means one pair. Ligand is donating a pair of electron to the metal central atom. Okay, and metal is accepting a pair of electron from the ligand. Okay, this phenomena is going in metal complexes, isn't it? So what I am saying here, here ligand is donating electrons to the metal here. So by this information we got some complex compound is. Then how to give the complex name here? We need to know some fundamentals regarding that. For example, we have some rules, IUPAC rules regarding nomenclature. Just a minute. Yes. Come to the main topic here. Today we are going to discuss about main topic is IUPAC nomenclature of metal complexes. So IUPAC nomenclature of metal complexes. IUPAC or IUPAC nomenclature of metal complexes. So how to give the name of coordination complex? How can we give? By using some rules. We need to obey some rules like first one is order of naming of complex, order of naming of complex, and second one is naming of coordination sphere, naming of coordination sphere, and third one is naming of ligands, and fourth one is simply naming of metal. Okay, the main thing is here today in this session we need to know about IUPAC nomenclature of metal complexes. So here I am saying heading is order of naming of complexes. What is the meaning of order of naming of complexes? For example, take as a NaCl. NaCl means, what is the meaning of NaCl? What is the name of NaCl? Sodium chloride. NaOH means sodium hydroxide. We are pronouncing first sodium, then chloride. Sodium chloride. We are pronouncing NaOH as a sodium hydroxide. We are pronouncing sodium is the first, followed by hydroxide. It means here we are pronouncing first of all cation, followed by the anion. This is the order of naming of complexes. In any way, not only organic, not only inorganic compounds, not only organic compounds, in anywhere in chemistry we need to pronounce first of all cation, after that anion. So here I am saying order of naming of complex means you need to pronounce cationic position sphere followed by the anionic position sphere, isn't it? For example, if MLX is having any kind of cation here, for example I am taking as a MLX is having, like here anion is B. For example, these both are ionic complexes. Okay, it is ionic sphere. A is here ionic sphere, and here B is ionic sphere. What I am saying here, whatever it is, first here which is the cation in this complex, it is the cation, and it is this coordination ionic sphere is the cation, coordination sphere is the anion, and here this coordination sphere is the cation and second one is ionic sphere is the anion. So here whatever it is in ionic complexes, here cationic complexes or anionic complexes, whatever it is, just we need to pronounce first of all cation, after that anion. We need to pronounce, we need to write the name of according to IUPAC, like we need to write the name of cationic position sphere followed by anionic position sphere, isn't it? This is the order of naming of complex. And second one is naming of coordination sphere. Naming of coordination sphere means here, what is the meaning of naming of coordination sphere? Coordination sphere. Coordination sphere means the square bracket is known as coordination sphere. In this square bracket, actually what happening here, every coordination sphere consists of metal and as well as ligand. Okay, in naming of coordination sphere, we have in coordination complex, in coordination in square bracket we have metal and as well as ligand. Then here one doubt will arises, like how can you give the name of coordination sphere? There is a presence of metal and as well as ligand. Then first of all, how can you give the name of coordination sphere? If you want, are you thinking as a ligand is the first one or metal is the first one? Which one is the first? Which one is the first we have to write the name of complex? It means, for example, in this coordination complex, yes, of course it consists of metal and as well as ligand, but we need to write the name of ligand followed by the metal here. Okay, we need to write the name of ligand followed by the metal. So here we are writing first of all name of the ligand after that metal. So here I am going to explain about ligand. What is the meaning of ligand? Actually, in representation of complex and fundamentals, we know that from ligands are donates a pair of electron to the metal, and it is represented by arrow mark. That is, arrow mark is nothing but coordination covalent bond. But here in naming of coordination sphere, we are writing first of all name of the ligand followed by the metal. So here I am explaining about ligands. Actually, we need to know that ligands classification first of all. Here ligands are classified into mainly 3 types. Okay, first type is here with respect to charge. With respect to charge, ligands are again classified into 3 types. That is negative ligands, positive ligands, and neutral ligands. Negative ligands, positive ligands, and neutral ligands. And with respect to dentation, ligands are monodentate ligands, bidentate ligands, and polydentate ligands. With respect to dentation means nothing but here donation, a pair of electron, it donates pair of electron. Okay, and with respect to nature of ligand, or with respect to reactivity, we have some kind of ligands like yes, that is bridged ligand, and the ligands, some ligands are consist like 2 donors, like it consists of more than 1 donor, but it utilizes only 1 donor. Those ligands are called ambidentate ligands. And we have one more topic, ligands also, but it is in not on our syllabus, it is a PG syllabus. Yes, but here in classification of ligands with respect to charge, ligands are 3 types: positive ligands, negative ligands, and neutral ligands. And with respect to dentation, monodentate ligand and bidentate ligand and polydentate ligand. And with respect to nature of ligands, bridged ligand and ambidentate ligands. Okay, here we need to discuss about negative ligands. What is the meaning of negative ligands? Here, what are the negative ligands actually? Negative ligands, I am giving simple technique and simple trick to remember negative ligands. Here, every negative ligand ends with a word O, isn't it? It ends with a word, every negative ligand ends with a word O. For example, chloro, bromo, iodo, cyano, isocyano, nitro, nitrato, hydro, hydroxo, mercapto, oxo, peraxo, superoxo. These ligands are ends with a letter O. It means these ligands are belongs to exactly negative ligand. So, what about positive ligands? Here, for positive ligands also I am giving simple technique to remember. Every positive ligands are ends with a word EM. EM means IUM. EM. For example, hydronium H3O plus, positive ligand. Ammonium NH4 plus, positive ligand. Nitronium NO2 positive ligand. Nitrosonium NO positive ligand. hydrazinium N2H5 plus positive ligand. Okay, every positive ligand ends with a word em, IUM, isn't it? And what about neutral ligands? Here neutral ligands means nothing but here simply we can use in generally organic chemistry or inorganic chemistry. Simply we are using like H2O is a aqua, NH3 is a amine, and CO is a carbonyl. Okay, CS is a thiocarbonyl. These are simply neutral ligands which are generally used in organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry. Okay, and what about next classification with respect to dentation? Dentation means nothing but here donating nature. Okay, with respect to donating nature, we are classified into three types: monodentate, bidentate, polydentate. Monodentate means actually a pair of ligand. Monodentate means a pair of ligand is donating to the metal. Okay, it means here the metal, between the metal and ligand, how many bonds are arises? Only one. Then that type of ligands is known as monodentate ligand, isn't it? Here bidentate ligands. Here monodentate ligands. In monodentate ligands there is a positive ligands and negative ligands, and positive ligands, negative ligands, and neutral ligands, and bidentate ligands. In this bidentate ligands, here this ligands donates a two pair of electrons. Okay, two pair of electrons to the central atom. Okay, it means it form two bonds with the central atom. Okay, so that's why we are saying bidentate ligands. Okay, these bidentate ligands also consist of bidentate negative ligands, bidentate positive ligands, and bidentate neutral ligands, and polydentate ligands. Polydentate ligands means poly. It means these ligands binds with a metal more than two bonds. Like for example, it donates a pair of electrons more than two. Okay, it forms between the ligand and metal. How many bonds will form? More than two bonds. Those ligands are called polydentate ligands, isn't it? This is the classification of ligands with respect to dentation. And one more thing here with respect to nature of ligands. Nature of ligands means reactivity of ligands. With respect to reactivity of ligands, we are saying bridged ligands. Bridged ligands means, for example, every ligand donates to a pair of electron to the metal, but some kind of negative ligands like chloro, bromo, iodo ligands, what happens here? These ligands binds with a more than one metal like this: metal, chloro, metal. It means it is looking as a bridge. Okay, some negative ligands are act as a bridge between the metal and metal. Okay, those ligands are called bridged ligand. Okay, and for bridged ligands we can use some prefix like mu. We can say that it is mu chloro. Okay, if it is bromine, then if it is Br, then we can say that when writing the name mu bromo. If it is iodine, mu iodo. Okay, it is a prefix. We need to use some prefix here, that is mu. And next one is ambidentate ligand. Ambidentate ligand means, for example, take some ligands as an example. For example, NO2 and ONO. Here how many nitrogens are there? One. How many oxygens are there? Here two and here two. Okay, here it consists same molecular formula, same molecular weight, but here what is the difference? Donor atom is different. Here nitrogen is donating a pair of electron to the metal. Here oxygen is donating a pair of electron to the metal. Here donor atom is nitrogen, here donor atom is oxygen. In nitrogen is a donor atom. In nitrite, donor atom is a oxygen. It means the compound which consists more than one donor atom, but here utilizes only one donor atom. Here also nitrogen is a donor atom, but oxygen also, and here oxygen, here nitrogen, but it consists more than one donor atom, but it utilizes only one donor atom, are called ambidentate ligand, isn't it? So this is ambidentate ligand. So this is the classification of ligands. When we are discussing about naming of ligands, we need to know definitely classification of ligands. So here what I am saying, in this classification of ligands, for example, right here simply ligands are here with respect to charge. Positive ligands are ends with a word em, ium, and negative ligands are ends with a letter o, and neutral ligands are as it is in organic chemistry, as it is in inorganic chemistry, isn't it? So for ambidentate ligand, one more point, when you are writing the name of ambidentate ligand, for example, you are writing as a NO2 nitro, just when you are writing the name of nitro ligand, it is ambidentate ligand, just write the symbol of donor atom within a bracket. Okay, if you are writing ONO like nitrito, you need to write the symbol or donor atom symbol within the bracket. If you are writing like cyano, you need to write donor atom symbol like C within a bracket. If you are writing isocyano, you need to write the donor atom symbol within a bracket. Okay, so this is the main content and main rule. It is main rule for ambidentate ligands. And one more thing here, for example, if monodentate ligands, if monodentate ligands are having more than one time, for example H2O, more than one time means, for example, it is 2. If in coordination complex the ligand is having more than one time, we can use some prefixes like di aqua, isn't it? If it is having more than one time like 3 times, we need to write prefix tri. If it is 4th time, tetra. If it is more than one time like 5 times, penta. 6 times, we can use prefix hexa. If it is 7 times, hepta. 8 times, octa. Okay, so on. And this is about monodentate ligands. Okay, for polydentate ligands, if polydentate ligands are having more than one time, for example En or EDTA, ethylene diamine, is having more than one time like 2, we can use some prefix like bis. If En is 3 times, we can use like tris. En is 4 time, we can use tetrakis. And En is 5 times, it is pentakis. Okay, if 6 times, hexakis. If 7 times, heptakis. If 8 times, octakis, like that. Okay, we need to add some prefixes here for monodentate ligands, for polydentate ligands, isn't it? So here, and one more thing, when you are using bridged ligand, you need to add prefix. Just now I told mu. Okay, if it is bridged ligand, we need to add prefix mu chloro, mu iodo, mu bromo, like that. Okay, this is about ligands. And one more thing, actually in previous we don't have that rule now. It is actually when you are writing the name of ligands, you need to follow alphabetical order also, but it is not a rule in this session. Actually it is from IUPAC nomenclature, that rule is removed recently, isn't it? And one more thing is, right, how to give the name of ligand. How to give the name of ligand here? Sorry, metal. Ligand is completed. Okay, and how to give the naming of metal? Here, metal complexes are, this is neutral complex, and this anionic complex, and if coordination pair carries positive charge, it is cationic complexes. Okay, if coordination pair doesn't carry any charge, it is known as neutral complexes. If coordination pair carries negative charge, then it is known as anionic complex. Anionic complex. If coordination pair carries positive charge, it is known as cationic complex, isn't it? So here, if metal atom present in neutral complex, or if metal atom present in cationic complex, okay, if metal atom present in neutral complex or cationic complex, there is no argument, there is no discussion, just write the name of metal as it is in periodic table. Okay, if metal is zinc, then you can write as a zinc. If metal is nickel, then just you need to write as a nickel. If it is iron, just you need to write as a iron. There is no discussion, there is no argument. But here exception condition is when the metal is present in anionic complex. When the metal is present in anionic complex, here metal name should ends with a word 8. For example, if it is metal, if metal is here nickel, then you need to pronounce as a nickelate. Okay, if metal is iron, you need to pronounce as a ironate or ferrate. Okay, and if it is zinc, you need to pronounce as a zincate. Okay, if metal is present in neutral complexes or cationic complexes, there is no discussion, no argument, just write the name of metal as it is in periodic table. Here metal, but in anionic complexes, metal name should ends with a word 8, isn't it? So this is the naming of this is the naming of metal. And one more thing here, for example, if cationic position sphere, in cationic position sphere, if hydrogen is present, for example HbF4, if in the coordination complex in cationic position sphere, if hydrogen is present, then you don't need to write the name of hydrogen. We have some simple technique. You need to pronounce as a metal, and metal name should ends with a word ic acid. For example, I am writing this coordination complex name like tetrafluoro boric acid. It means ic acid. I am not pronouncing any hydrogen, just I am writing here ic acid. Okay, this is the metal exceptions and this is the rules for IUPAC nomenclature of metal complexes. And one more thing, here I am giving you test yourself questions. In this test yourself questions, I am giving you 2 questions. Please put a right answer in comment box. Test yourself question. Test yourself questions. I am giving you 2 questions. Please, yes. Please write down the answer in comment box. I am giving you here question is like zinc H2O taken twice, H3O taken twice, Cl 20 and H nickel EDTA taken thrice, OH taken thrice. Okay, these are the test yourself questions. Write the name of coordination complex in comment box. Okay, in next session we are going to explain about oxidation state and Werner's theory. geometry, magnetic nature and color properties and everything, okay, in next session. Thank you very much. And one more thing, please for more videos subscribe my channel Chari Chemistry and click on the bell icon. Thank you.